Energy Minister Akufo-Addo is this afternoon what appears to be on the edge. He's been summoned to the presidency to answer some questions on the collapsed review of the 250 megawatt Ameri deal. He's not alone. Two of his deputies, as we know, Dr. Admin Adam and Akufo-Addo, were also seen at the Jubilee House, presumably to respond to some query. Jojo Kobina joins me in the studio. Jojo, what more do we know about this meeting?
Well, we know that the Energy Minister and his two of his three deputies have been invited. That is Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, together with Akufo-Addo. They have been seen at the presidency today. One thing that we don't really know for sure whether it concerns the Ameri deal, but it is something that we can expand our mind and put
two
and two
together and make logical conclusions.
And say that it could be because of the Ameri deal that the president has been misled. And you know that since this new Ameri deal started, I mean the renegotiated deal, ASEP spoken, VRA putting a lot of pressure on government to putting a lot of pressure on government to not to look at the renegotiated deal. I mean, because they were saying that, I mean, the state will incur a lot of cost if they go ahead with this particular deal. VRA is saying that the energy minister does not know his figures. So a lot of pressure mounting up, and we do hope that at the end of the day, government will communicate as to what happened at the presidency today. All right.
Jojo, thank you very much. Like you know, we do here on JoyNews, our reporters are on the ground. We'll be following this. We'll bring you details of that meeting as and when we have it. But Mr. Akufo-Addo, his troubles seem to be increasing with fresh pressure, as Jojo said, from the Volta River Authority, managers of the Ameri plants. They've been demanding his dismissal, and they've described him actually as incompetent. We'll be hearing from them shortly. But then on Saturday, the managing editor of the Daily Dispatch newspaper, Ephson, called on the president to punish whoever gave him the wrong advice over this review.
I've never had interest in energy issues till now. And now continue to take proper interest because I have not What? First, let me look at the governance angle. First, I must congratulate the president for being bold to admit he's been deceived. Because he appoints people, he trusts people to give him right information. Whilst he was being told that we needed to get this executive thing so that Parliament can discuss it before they go on break, he was deceived. Parliament decided to leave it till after recess. Yesterday, the Deputy Minority Chief, Matthew Nyendam, also was saying that they put it aside because they didn't have the approval of the Attorney General and the Minister of Finance. This is a massive embarrassment for the presidency. He has done well to admit. Others may just hide it. He must let Hess rule. The appointees who misled him, he must sack them. The influence peddlers who went around lying, he didn't appoint them. He must name and shame them. Anybody who told the president in chambers, the shame is on him to admit. He has admitted he's done well. If he decides not to sack anybody, name and shame all those who misled him, then he himself is part of it. Yeah. That's my stand. Because if you look at even ASEP statement, I mean, maybe I have to go training from ASEP. When the government announced that Ameri, they had negotiated with Ameri, Samson, and they had made a savings of $650 million. So the reduction in electricity tariffs is not costing government. I said, hey, then Ameri might be for the Christmas, not knowing that they're preparing for something to swindle us.
Editor of the Daily Dispatch, Ben Ephson, there speaking earlier on Saturday on News File. Let's now hear from VRA.
As consensus of Ghana and workers of VRA, we have studied the supposed Ameri Innovation and Amendment Agreement, which the Energy Minister placed before Parliament for approval, and have made comparisons with the already existing burdensome Ameri Agreement. We must emphatically state from our study that the Innovation and Ameri Agreement is not only bad, but stinks. It is designed to defraud the state. Its approval by Parliament will result in the continuous payment of needless capacity charges of $5.75 million per month and revenue cash shortfall of $8.3 million per month for the period of 15 years and make VRA look inefficient over time. The justification provided by the Minister for the deal are inaccurate, false, misleading, and therefore Parliament should reject it outright. Ladies and gentlemen, we have examined the reasons advanced in support of the New Deal and wish to respond as follows. 1. Use of wrong tariff. In the memorandum to Parliament, the Minister used wrong tariff. This is based on the fact since March 15, 2018, VRA buys power from power at 12.1198 cents per kilowatt hour from Ameri, based on tariff review announced by PRC. This is in sharp contrast with the Minister's use of 14.5918 cents per kilowatt hour in the memorandum he submitted to Parliament on the renegotiated deal. He is the sector minister, and in the first quarter of this year, the government, PRC, announced 30% reduction in hot tariff. And therefore, the minister should not come to Parliament and be mentioning hot 14, it should be mentioned hot 12. 2, the 52 million GOG debt waived and cancelled and yet to be paid by materials to Ameri. On page 4 of the memorandum submitted to Parliament, it was stated inter alia that, and I quote, it is further consented that the remaining amount of 52 million is not acknowledged by GOG/VRA and shall not be paid by GOG or VRA, and that all such charges shall be waived and cancelled without any liability, whether in contract or otherwise, to Government of Ghana or VRA. Ironically, however, item 3.0I of page 5 of the same memorandum states that Metanius has accepted to pay the 52 million on behalf of Government of Ghana. How can you waive and cancel something and then just in the next stage you say that the new partner has accepted to pay for that? If they accept to pay, they are not Father Christmas. It means by all means they will seek reinvestment from Ghana. They will add it to their investments in the project. Review of the Energy Minister's memorandum to Parliament showed that once he disclosed the cost details of the existing Ameri deal, he failed to show the cost of the new deal in the memorandum, and instead presented a non-existing cost savings of $405 million to mislead the people of Ghana. The non-disclosure of the cost of the new deal is an attempt to hide the huge cost burden from the good people of Ghana. From our analysis and the analysis done by other well-meaning Ghanaians, this new deal will cost Ghana $1.035 billion. I'm sure some of you have seen 1.125 billion dollars. I'm sure you've seen that figure. We'll come to how we arrived at the 1.035 billion. This cost makes the new renegotiated deal worse than the existing Ameri deal. A bad business case, a very poor debt refinancing arrangement, no value for money consideration, and does not make business sense. Make no mistake, we think this deal is not in the best interest of the people of Ghana, but designed for a different purpose, best known to the minister and his team. And so, Jerry. The second. Yeah. We think that by the current deal, the energy minister has exhibited financial recklessness with intent to assist a foreign company milk the state. We therefore call on him to honorably resign immediately and save the government and this nation from further disgrace and embarrassment and time wasting. We plead with the president to sack him if he so honorably fails to resign. Thank you.
BRA workers, they're not mincing words. They say he should resign honorably, or they're asking President Akufo-Addo to sack him. This is still The Pulse with me, Gifty Andopia.